Danny Bolton, what part of the shock typically fails when they blow like that? So,
Dude, I mean, honestly, this is something I've never personally, I have never seen.
yeah, well, I've had a shock blowout, not quite like that,
Yeah.
and I'm sure we're gonna hear and see some things, as the week progresses. But definitely it was a massive blowout. I don't want to speculate what caused it, but for sure. And watch right
Oh,
after this. See the
right there.
tire just going back and forth, back and forth. That's how
Yep,
when I saw that, that's how I knew it was a shock. Like it
exactly.
confirmed, right? It confirmed, like, yep, it's blown. And so it can Danny, it could be a multitude of things. It could be something in the shaft, like how do you know the shaft didn't break?
Mm,
Like anything is possible.
yep.
Was it something with the shock body? Did something, was there a loose part on there by accident? Nevertheless, like anything in SX, it happens at the worst time. Why? Most of the time because stuff goes wrong and stuff fails when it's under maximum load. That's what I think.
Yep. Yeah, no, for sure. Like to your point, I've never had a shock blow out on me like that, but I have broke a titanium spring,
Yep.
and it collapsed the shock, but
Oh, you
everything.
did?
Yeah, I've broke a spring before, um,
Where?
at the test track testing at the Kawasaki track it was like a full size stadium triple. You'd land, and then you'd come down and you'd have to
Uh-huh.
three like a big triple that were all 3-footers. And right as I hit the stadium triple and went down and then popped it up to go 3, as I landed in the belly of the next one is when the spring broke. It
Mm.
just kept it all compressed, so it never became a pogo stick like Kenny's. Literally, like to your point of like when we watched that slow mo, he hits that one whoop, and you can see the shock topping out and bottom. You can watch the rear tire go literally
Right.
right there. You can see it bounce, and that's where there was nothing left inside of that shock other than just the spring.
Yeah.
So it was literally just a pogo stick. So honestly, Kenny rode it out, did a phenomenal job, and he probably had some oil on the side of his boots too,
Yep.
which hanging onto a motorcycle is very very
Yep.
hard with that hot oil spread all over the side of the motorcycle. So it could have been a lot worse for him. I do think he's looking at it. We kind of talked on the group text.
Mhm.
Sounds like his knee's a little bummed up, so
Yeah, he's going to
MRI
get some
today.
evaluations today. It's Monday morning. I'm sure that I'm hoping that is when he gets it further evaluated that everything is okay.
Hmm.
Dude, you did your knees. I
Yeah.
mean, that was a brutal impact that he took, and when you watch it and when he just jars his knee, it's going to be right. Watch that left knee.
There, right there.
Pow! I
Yeah.
mean, dude, like
If
for
I had
me,
to speculate, man, and I hope not, I could say ACL, something. He might have done something, but if you watch too, like obviously we go back and we can everybody can replay Kenny's crash back at Anaheim on the Honda when he did his arms. He held on to that bull till the very end, dude. He didn't want his arms out there. Look at that. He's hanging on to that bad boy until there was no more hanging on to it. So
mm,
definitely they probably had some flashbacks of that, right? Keeping those arms out of harm's way.
we're doing some investigating um, on some stuff. So we'll figure it out. Maybe get you some more info on exactly what happened, and also like out of respect to the shock or suspension companies, they probably don't want everyone knowing exactly what happened, which I can respect
Mhm.
that. And things fail. I have had that happen before, not quite to that magnitude, but I've had it blow out. I've had a spring break like you did. Sadly, mine did it in the race at St. Louis in 2006. Um, not to that magnitude, like we've already talked
And,
about,
and,
but
and it
it's
also just depends. It was just a bad spot, right? Like I said, jumping that triple before the whoops,
always does.
all that G forces, all of the amount of load that is going through the shock right here. Boom, like you can just see as soon as he lands. But it was a bad spot for it to happen. I mean, I think it would have been worse if it would have happened if he would have made it to the whoops and it would have happened in that next rhythm section, because that was a big rhythm section. If you had to pick a spot, it might have been maybe the best spot of the track. I mean, obviously the straightaway would have been the best spot.
Yeah, it's never going to happen, but it happens in those tough G outs. Hey, we could also speculate and say, was part of this because the ground was so hard, and it has less give. Maybe that's part of it also. I mean, we could sit here and guess all we wanted to, but we ain't about guessing over here. We're about facts. We hope the best for Kenny. Again, it's Monday morning. I'm sure he'll be getting an MRI as soon as possible. Kenny explains it on his Instagram, talks a little bit more in depth of what happened to the shock. But Kenny, we hope that the results are fine. RV, if it's something bad, I don't know that. If the MRI has the result that we're hoping it doesn't say, I don't think that he'll let us know immediately. If he says something immediately, then that's good news. If he goes quiet for a couple of days, then that's
try to evaluate it, figure out the situation. What's his next moves? What's his next?
Yeah. I mean, there's just
it's a bummer.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.